What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Got breaking news. Houston Rockets guard Russell Westbrook has been ruled out for Game 5 of the first round of the Western Conference matchup between the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Again, this is breaking news. Russell Westbrook, the all-star point guard, won't play in Game 5. He has not played a single minute in this series as the Rockets locked up in a 2-2 series tie with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now the matchup between the two teams are going to come down to the best 2 out of 3 series. And it was the Rockets were hoping that they could get the all-star point guard back in the lineup, but the mild strain has shown some improvement, but not enough improvement for him able to get on the floor for Game 5. So, again, Russell Westbrook is out for Game 5 of the Western Conference first round matchup between the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Rockets won the first 2 games without the all-star point guard, and James Harden went off for 37 points in Game 1. Game 2, while he was on the bench, the bench came big along with Eric Gordon and went on a run, and they was able to win that game going away 111-98 in Game 2 to take a 2-0 series lead. Game 3, the Rockets were up 5 with a minute left in the fourth quarter, blew that game, was up 2 with the possession, couldn't get the ball in bounds, ended up turning the ball over, ended up losing that game in overtime as Chris Paul took over that game in the fourth quarter in overtime, 2-1. Game 2, the Rockets were up 15 in the third quarter. They hit 8 consecutive threes, but after that, they went 4 for 19 shooting the three as they went ice cold. The Oklahoma City was able to come back, led by Sixth Man of the Year candidate Dennis Schroeder and All-Star Hall of Fame point guard Chris Paul had a huge fourth quarter. They was able to knock that series up at 2-2. The Rockets were hopeful they would be able to get the All-Star point guard back by Game 5. But with him not being able to go Game 5, this is truly a 50-50 toss-up series. As I said at the beginning of this series, man, I thought the Rockets would win in 7 games. But when you say a team winning 7 games, that's basically a 50-50 series, man, because it's no home court advantage. You know, you're basically playing in a neutral site in Orlando. So this is a true 50-50 series. And if the Rockets are not hitting their three-point shots at a particularly high rate, you know, they ain't got to be 50%, but I say at least around 40%, 40 to 45% three-point rate with the missing inaction of all-star point guard Russell Westbrook. They're going to find themselves in bad shape, man. They can find themselves down 3-2 as of late Wednesday night when this game is over and done with, Game 5. So we'll see what happens and we'll see what transpires, man. But it's a devastating blow to me for the Rockets, man. Even if you'd have brought Russell Westbrook back for Game 5, you know, he would have had to knock the rust off because he hasn't played in, a couple of weeks. So he would have had to knock the rust off. Or at least a week and a half, or maybe even 2 weeks. He hasn't seen action. He would have had to knock some of the rust off. So you would have had at least a game for him to knock the rust off, and you wouldn't have been eliminated. Now, if he comes back Game 6, you down 3-2, that's going to be the game that you're going to be looking for him to kind of save the day, and he's going to be rusty. So the Rockets are in a very precarious situation right now with the all-star point guard not available for Game 5, man. But we'll see what happens, man. James Harden's got to step up, man. He was 4 for 12. In the second half, had 2 costly turnovers. You know, I think he was tired, man. He usually sits at the beginning of the fourth quarter to around about the 9-minute mark is when D'Antoni likes to bring him back in the fourth quarter. He wasn't able to do that in Game 4 because the Rockets had a 15-point lead, going down to 1-point lead going into the fourth quarter. So D'Antoni felt that he had to keep James Harden in the game, and I think James Harden was gassed, was fatigued, carrying the offensive load. He's playing strong defense now. He's exerting a lot of energy on the court, and I thought it caught up with him late in the fourth quarter, and that contributed to the Houston Rockets' loss, along with the superb play of Dennis Schroeder from Oklahoma City and Chris Paul. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Again, Russell Westbrook is out for Game 5 of the first round Western Conference battle between the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know Russell Westbrook is sick right now. He's sick. You know he wanted to go against his former team and be the one to eliminate him. But now Chris Paul has a chance to eliminate the team that traded him away for Chris Paul. So somebody's going to be served a cold dish of reality. Where they say revenge is the best when it's served cold. Revenge is best when it's served cold. Somebody's going to be served a cold plate of revenge. It's either going to be Chris Paul, or it's going to be James Harden. But James Harden was behind the scenes was one of the main reasons why Chris Paul was traded, as they relationship fell apart in season 2 together. First season was all peaches and cream, was all everything was going well, and they got to the Western Conference Final. It was a game away from going to the NBA Finals before Chris Paul pulled a hamstring. But season 2, Chris Paul seemed like he had lost a step and didn't play as well, and James Harden and him kind of fell out of flavor, and he was shipped off to Oklahoma City. So Chris Paul is looking to get back at his old teammate James Harden and get a win and knock him out the playoffs, and that'll be a sweet revenge for CP3. James Harden be looking to show that he can win without Chris Paul and go as far, or not further, without Chris Paul as his teammate. He'll be looking to knock them out, and Russell Westbrook would have been looking to show his old team that he's in a better situation and eliminate them and knock them out the playoffs. But it don't seem like that's going to happen in this series, man. Because if he's not ready to go in Game 5 when the series tied 2-2, who to say he's going to be ready for Game 6 in 2 days, man? So it's looking like a dire situation for us. Russell Westbrook coming back for the Rockets in this first round matchup. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.